Most people think you have to push yourself through brutal workouts or starve yourself to lose belly fat. But what if I told you the simplest, most powerful fat-burning workout doesn't require gym equipment or even running? It's walking. And when you do it the right way, just 30 minutes a day can literally turn your body into a fat-burning machine, balance your hormones, and shrink belly fat faster than you think. When we think about losing belly fat, most of us immediately imagine intense workouts, hours at the gym, sweating buckets, or maybe pushing ourselves to the point of exhaustion. But here's the truth. Fat loss doesn't always require intensity. In fact, one of the most powerful fat-burning tools you have is something so simple that you're already doing it every single day. It's walking. But the way you walk, the timing, and the intention behind it, that's what changes everything. Let's talk about why walking is so effective. Your body has two main ways of producing energy. The first is by burning sugar or glucose. This is the quick and easy fuel your body loves to reach for. Think of it like swiping a credit card, instant, convenient, but it leaves you with a bill later. When you're constantly eating or snacking, your body is always relying on that sugar card. It never has to reach into its fat stores. The second way your body creates energy is by burning fat. But here's the catch: you can't burn fat if insulin is high. Insulin is your fat storage hormone, and it spikes every time you eat, especially if you eat sugar or refined carbs. When insulin is up, fat burning is turned off. That's why so many people struggle with belly fat. It's not that their body is broken, it's that their body hasn't had a chance to tap into those fat burning pathways. This is where walking becomes magical. When you go for a walk, especially at a steady pace, you keep cortisol levels low and steady. Cortisol is your stress hormone, and when it's high for too long, it pushes fat storage, especially around the belly. By walking, you gently bring cortisol down. At the same time, walking helps balance insulin. Your muscles are like little sponges for glucose, and when you move them, even with something as simple as walking, they pull sugar out of the bloodstream without needing much insulin. That means less insulin, more opportunity to burn fat. Now imagine doing this first thing in the morning, before breakfast. That's when your body has already been fasting overnight. Insulin is low, sugar stores are partly depleted, and your body is primed to dip into fat. A morning walk on an empty stomach is like giving your body permission to finally use the fat it's been holding on to. I like to say it's like dipping into your fat savings account. Instead of swiping the sugar credit card over and over, you're finally withdrawing from the fat account you've been building up for years. And here's the part I really want you to understand. This isn't about going hard, sprinting, or turning your walk into a punishment. This is about consistency and intention. 30 minutes of steady walking can do more for your fat-burning hormones than a brutal workout that leaves you inflamed and stressed. Because when cortisol spikes too high during intense exercise, it can actually work against you. But walking lowers cortisol, steadies your hormones, and keeps your body in a fat-burning state. Let me give you a simple example. Think of two people. One decides to go on a punishing 1-hour run after a long day at work when they're already stressed and exhausted. Their body sees that stress as a survival threat. Cortisol rises, and instead of burning fat, they're holding on to it. The other person takes a calm 30-minute walk in the morning sun. Their cortisol gently lowers, their muscles soak up glucose, insulin stays low, and their body shifts into fat burning. Who do you think is going to lose belly fat more efficiently? It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter. Another incredible benefit of walking is how it impacts your nervous system. When you walk at a steady pace, your parasympathetic nervous system, what we call the rest and digest mode, gets activated. This calms your body, improves digestion, and tells your system it's safe to burn fat. Compare that to high-stress living, late nights, and constant snacking, where your body feels like it needs to store everything for survival. Walking is like giving your body a gentle message. It's safe, you're supported, and you can let go of the fat. So, if belly fat has been frustrating you, I want you to shift your mindset. Don't think of walking as just walking. Think of it as one of the most powerful fat-burning signals you can send your body. And remember, it's not about doing more. It's about doing it right. A 30-minute walk, especially in the morning before food, can be the reset button your body has been craving. Your belly fat isn't stubborn. It's simply waiting for the right conditions. Walking provides those conditions: lower cortisol, balanced insulin, and a shift from sugar burning to fat burning. Every step you take with this intention brings you closer to unlocking that stored fat and creating a body that works with you, not against you. So tomorrow morning, instead of reaching for your phone first thing or rushing to breakfast, lace up your shoes, step outside, and give your body the chance to dip into its fat savings account. It's simple, it's gentle, and it works. When people talk about belly fat, they usually say it's stubborn. But I want you to shift that perspective. Belly fat isn't stubborn, it's intelligent, it's hormonally active, it's responding to your environment, and it's waiting for the right signals to finally let go. Once you understand the science behind belly fat, it becomes clear why walking is one of the most powerful ways to send your body those fat-releasing signals. So, Let's break this down. Not all fat in your body is the same. There's subcutaneous fat, which is the soft fat just under your skin. And then there's visceral fat, which is the deeper fat that collects around your organs, your liver, pancreas, intestines. Visceral fat is the one that concerns us the most when we're talking about belly fat because it's hormonally active. That means it's not just sitting there, it's talking to your body all the time. It pumps out inflammatory chemicals. It raises cortisol. It increases insulin resistance. And the more visceral fat you carry, the harder your body has to work just to keep your blood sugar and hormones in balance. Here's the cycle many people get stuck in. You eat frequently, maybe you snack late at night. Insulin goes up to deal with that sugar. And your body keeps storing fat. That extra belly fat, in turn, makes you even more insulin resistant, which means your body needs to pump out even more insulin the next time you eat. And remember, insulin is a fat storage hormone. So you can see how easily this becomes a vicious loop. More insulin, more belly fat, more insulin resistance, more inflammation. Now here's where walking comes in and interrupts this whole cycle. When you walk at a steady pace, you're activating the largest muscles in your body, your legs, your glutes, your core. These muscles act like sponges for sugar. They literally pull glucose out of the bloodstream and use it for energy. And the best part, they can do this without needing much insulin. That means your blood sugar comes down, insulin stays lower, and suddenly your body has the opportunity to shift from storing fat to burning fat. Think of it this way. Visceral fat is like a stubborn tenant living rent-free in your belly. As long as insulin levels are high, that tenant feels safe, cozy, and refuses to move out. But when you lower insulin with steady walking, you're basically saying, hey, it's time to go. You're creating the right environment for fat to be released and used for energy. And it doesn't stop there. Walking also improves circulation. Remember, visceral fat sits deep around your organs. That area doesn't always get great blood flow when you're sedentary. But as soon as you start walking, blood moves more freely. Oxygen delivery improves, and your body becomes more efficient at accessing those deeper fat stores. Walking also gently lowers cortisol. Since high cortisol is another trigger for belly fat storage, keeping stress hormones steady is key. This is why walking feels so different from high-intensity workouts. It doesn't spike stress, it calms it. I want you to imagine this in a very practical way. Let's say you've just finished dinner, and instead of sitting on the couch, you take a 20 to 30-minute walk. What happens? Your muscles start pulling sugar out of the bloodstream, blood sugar drops. Insulin doesn't have to spike as high, and your body avoids storing that meal as fat. You've just sent a signal to your belly fat. You're not needed here. We're using energy efficiently. Do that consistently, and belly fat no longer feels stubborn. It feels unnecessary, and your body begins to let it go. This is why I often say belly fat is not the enemy. It's just waiting for you to change the conversation. Visceral fat is a messenger, signaling that your body is under stress, insulin is high, or inflammation is present. When you change your habits, even with something as simple as walking, you send back a different message. Your body is safe, blood sugar is balanced, energy is flowing, and fat can be burned. And here's the part I hope gives you so much encouragement. You are in control of those signals. You don't need fancy equipment, expensive programs, or punishing workouts. You have everything you need by simply putting one foot in front of the other. Every step you take is lowering insulin, improving circulation, calming stress hormones, and giving your body the exact signal it needs to release belly fat. So, the next time you think of your belly fat as stubborn, I want you to replace that thought with this: it's not stubborn. It's responsive. It's waiting. And walking is one of the most powerful ways to unlock it. Your fat is not your fate. The science is clear. Steady walking lowers insulin, reduces inflammation, activates your muscles, and resets your metabolism. You don't have to fight your body. You just have to work with it. And walking is the simplest, most natural way to start. One of the biggest mistakes people make with exercise is thinking they need to do more, push harder, and punish their bodies to see results. But fat loss doesn't work that way. It's not about beating yourself up. It's about teaching your body how to burn fat naturally. And the good news is you can do this in just 30 minutes a day with a walking workout you can do right at home. No treadmill required, no fancy shoes, just your body, your breath, and a little bit of intention. Let me walk you through it step by step. The first 5 minutes are all about warming up and getting your body into the rhythm of movement. Start by walking at a slow, comfortable pace. Roll your shoulders back, open up your chest, and pay attention to your breath. The goal here isn't to rush. It's to ease your body into fat burning mode. Think of it like gently turning the ignition of a car. You don't slam on the gas right away. You let the engine warm up. Use this time to check your posture: shoulders relaxed, core lightly engaged, arms swinging naturally. This warm-up phase not only prevents injury, but also signals to your nervous system that it's safe to move and safe to burn fat. Now let's talk about the next 20 minutes. This is the heart of your workout, and it's where the magic happens. I want you to pick up the pace so that you're walking faster than your usual comfortable stroll, but not running. You should be able to talk, but not sing. A simple way to measure is what I call the talk test. If you can speak in full sentences but you notice your breath getting a little heavier, you're in the right zone. Another way is to place 2 fingers on your wrist or neck and check your heart rate. You want to be at about 60-70% of your maximum. Don't worry about being exact, just notice if your heart is pumping a little faster than usual. Why this zone? Because this is your fat burning zone. When you push too hard, your body starts relying on sugar for fuel, which is fine for short bursts, but not what we want for belly fat loss. But when you're in this moderate zone, your body taps into fat as its primary source of energy. Remember, fat is like your long-term savings account. It's designed to give you steady energy when you're not in stress mode. These 20 minutes are about teaching your body to dip into that savings and burn it efficiently. Now, I know some of you might be wondering, do I need to power walk? Do I need to swing my arms really hard? The answer is, find a pace that feels just outside your comfort zone. If you're used to strolling, pick it up a notch. If you're already active, challenge yourself with a brisker walk. But don't turn it into a jog unless that feels truly natural for you. This is not about exhausting your body. It's about creating consistency in that fat burning rhythm. As you move through these 20 minutes, I encourage you to tune into your body. Notice your breathing. Notice how your legs feel as they carry you forward. And most importantly, notice the shift in your energy. This isn't just physical. It's hormonal. Every step you take at this pace is lowering insulin, calming cortisol, and unlocking your fat stores. Finally, the last 5 minutes are about slowing it down. Ease back to a comfortable pace. Let your breathing settle. And give your body a chance to integrate the work you just did. Stretch your arms overhead, roll your shoulders again, and maybe even take a few deep, intentional breaths. This cool down phase is just as important as the workout itself. It tells your body, we're safe. The workout is done. You can stay in fat burning mode. Ending with calmness reinforces the hormonal balance we're trying to create. So that's your 30-minute fat burning walking workout. 5 minutes warming up, 20 minutes in your fat burning zone, 5 minutes cooling down. Simple, effective, accessible to everyone. I want you to remember this. You don't have to kill yourself at the gym to lose belly fat. In fact, when you push too hard, you often trigger stress hormones that make fat loss harder. Walking at the right pace for the right amount of time teaches your body to burn fat the way it was designed to. This isn't about punishing your body. It's about partnering with it. You're not fighting your metabolism. You're training it. Every step is a message to your hormones that says, we're safe. We have plenty of energy. We can let go of stored fat. And when you do this consistently day after day, your body listens. It adapts. It shifts from storing energy around your belly to using it. So don't underestimate the power of this simple workout. Lace up, set your timer for 30 minutes, and remember, you're not just walking. You're rewiring your metabolism one step at a time. One of the things I love about walking is how adaptable it is. You don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle. You just weave small tweaks into your day, and suddenly your body responds in a completely different way. Walking is simple, yes, but when you use it strategically, it becomes one of the most powerful fat-burning tools available to you. Let me share some lifestyle hacks that will turn an ordinary walk into a metabolism resetting, fat-burning routine. First, let's talk about walking in the morning before your first meal. Remember, when you wake up, you've already been fasting overnight. Your insulin levels are naturally low, and your body has partially burned through its sugar stores. That's the perfect window for fat burning. If you put on your shoes and walk before breakfast, your body has no choice but to dip into stored fat for fuel. I like to think of it as dipping into your fat savings account before you even start your day. And it doesn't have to be complicated. 20 to 30-minute morning walk, even at a steady pace, can completely change the way your metabolism works throughout the day. It's like giving your body a head start on fat loss before you've even had your first sip of coffee. Another powerful hack is walking after meals. This one is backed by so much science. When you eat, especially if your meal has carbs, your blood sugar naturally rises. Normally, your pancreas responds by releasing insulin to pull that sugar into your cells. But here's the problem. When insulin spikes, fat burning shuts off. Now, if you take a 10 to 20-minute walk after eating, your muscles act like sugar sponges. They pull glucose directly out of your bloodstream without needing much insulin. That means lower insulin, fewer sugar crashes later in the day, and less fat storage around your belly. Imagine finishing dinner, and instead of sitting on the couch, you take a relaxing walk around your neighborhood. You're not only helping digestion, you're telling your body to burn that meal for energy instead of storing it as fat. Now, let's layer in another trick, intervals. Intervals are short bursts where you walk faster for a set time. Then slow down to recover. You might do 30 seconds at a brisk pace, followed by 2 minutes at your normal pace. Repeat that pattern during your walk, and you've just given your metabolism a serious boost. Here's why. Those faster intervals briefly raise your heart rate and push your muscles to demand more energy. When you recover, your body doesn't just snap back, it keeps burning fat to refuel. Think of intervals as little sparks that keep the fat burning fire going. And the beauty of it is you don't need to sprint. You just need to walk with intention, faster than comfortable for a moment, then return to steady breathing. Another overlooked hack is posture. Most of us don't think about how we walk, we just do it. But your posture changes the muscles you engage. Stand tall, pull your shoulders back, engage your core lightly, and let your arms swing naturally. This simple adjustment recruits more muscle groups. Your abs, your back, your arms, and that means